Welcome back, dear viewers. Much has happened on the server since the last video, so let's get right into it. Amidst some antagonizing from Zaistan, the town of Loctus unofficially joined the Igloo Republic. The Republic couldn't yet hold an official election due to the time zone differences and scheduling issues. For now, Oddball remained its acting commander-in-chief. Zaistan also began constructing two different temples around their capital, one for those who roleplayed as Christians and one for those players who roleplayed as Zoroastrian fire worshippers. The Zoroastrian temple's awe-inspiring size made it one of the server's architectural wonders. More players arrived to the server, including a returning player Magic Rafa who traveled to Crocolia. There his friends Joe Passivo created the town of Camelot. The friend group also spread out, some building their own towns and bases nearby. The USSC, Union of Soviet Socialist Camelot, was established. Magic reached out to other mayors on this continent, proposing an international trade union between them, a defensive pact, and the building of public roads and bridges connecting the intercontinent. The leadership of Zaistan was wary. Magic's diplomacy was creating a possible conflict of interest in Cinder, which is one of the most valuable member towns of Zaistan due to its location in the deep south, able to supply the rest of the nation with cash crops. Elsewhere in Visigoth, through some unknown machinations of some eldritch presence, Dijkman on accident became immortal. He tried dying by several methods: starvation, drowning, lava, fall damage. Nothing worked until the server was restarted and his player data was reset. Kiev received a large influx of players from the Slavic community. Previously the town that was behind in technology now quickly progressed and began accumulating wealth and resources. Zaistan was still secretly preparing an attack on them, wishing to subjugate Kiev before they catch up. The Igloo Republic and Auvernia discovered these plots and have begun supporting Kiev against their would-be aggressors. Igloo Republic openly guaranteed their independence while Auvernia began trading much-needed steel and muskets to Kiev in order to hasten their military build-up. Unfortunately, due to the time zone differences and their spread-out nature, the Igloo Republic's democratized form of governance became way too slow. Due to these frustrations, Havenport peacefully split from the Igloo Republic. They have established Jolland, later renamed the Aridus Republic. The smaller towns located on their continent followed them. The Aridus Republic and the Igloo Republic remained close allies, however. Aridus also reached out to the Visigoths as a friendly trade partner. They have shortened travel time between them by building another highway. More players arrived. Neolith and Hospy both decided to build their settlements in the sparsely populated north. They established the towns of Neoheim and Ironhold respectively. Zaistan was still swelling in numbers due to their many newly recruited players. They hid their growing problem. Half of their player base was inexperienced with the most important mods within the Modpack and needed much tutoring to stay productive. The other half of their group, the experienced players, were university students who had very limited time to play. This meant that despite their seemingly large numbers advantage, Kiev managed to technologically catch up before Zaistan could muster together an attack. Now with more resources, Kiev sent out some of its players to secure their frontier by building fortress cities around their capital, claiming territories that Zaistan considered theirs. The nation of Warbound was formed to combat Zaistan for these disputed lands. Multiple rounds of talking delayed the conflict. Both sides initially proposed borders that heavily favored them. The maps made by the players themselves were inaccurate, as neither side was fully aware of the extent of the opponent's positions, and the cultural and linguistic barriers made diplomacy even harder. As both sides were scouting out the disputed territories, it was then discovered that one of the warbound towns, Novigrad, was built on top of Zaistan's main nickel mine. This was possible because Zaistan have neglected to claim it in time. This also put Warbound within striking distance of Zagreb, which have greatly alarmed the currently active Zaistan players. Gian Frizzino was the first casualty of the coming border skirmishes. he wandered too close to Novigrad. Warbound declared the fortress a militarily restricted area and have shot Gian. Border skirmishes followed, during which Warbound began antagonizing any players associated with Zaistan. This pressure have led Glitchy declaring that his town of Limnion is now seceding from Zaistan. Busy with their skirmishes, the rest of Zaistan didn't contest this decision. Za, unable to fully control the situation due to IRL responsibilities, handed leadership to 42. During the skirmishes, Warbound usually had the upper hand, until 42 managed to portal trap and kill Bipedal Yak and stole all his expensive armor. This single win offset Zaistan's losses for a while. Unfortunately for 42, he later got killed in another skirmish, handing back Warbound the advantage. Worried that they might be dragged into a war on faraway territories, Cinder also left Zaistan. They have formed closer ties with the other towns within Krokolia. Magic convinced all other towns within the continent to unite under one banner. The nation of Lusitania was formed. Its first king became Illuminary, making Loctus the capital. Later the capital was changed to Camelot and Joe Passivo became the second king. Illuminary and his friends continued to construct their town in relative peace, including a giant statue which became another wonder of the server. 42 was the second victim of the unfortunate immortality curse. Not wasting a good opportunity to do some harmless pranks, the admins allowed him some non-damaging trolling before fixing the glitch.
Don't tell them it was a glitch. Don't tell them it was a glitch, bro. Be so funny.
.42 was also used as a ball for a new ritual sport which was to be held every time someone accidentally became immortal. Dijkman won the first player ball competition. During the Warbound Zaistan conflicts, both sides regularly accused each other of dodging wars. Finally, Warbound managed to capture Gian's small town in a short war. 42 handed leadership to Justice Marine during the most inopportune moments. Just as he became the new king and was familiarizing himself with the role, Warbound launched a great attack to take the capital. The loss of the capital was devastating. Zaistan became a rump state and the Warbound became by far the largest nations on the server. BK Bobby Joe also left Zagreb and made a new town, Port Fen, and have joined the nation of Auvergne. Glitchy have declared the formation of the independent state of Eleftheria and have allied with Warbound. Auvergne also received some new neighbors. The town of Freyjarl declared themselves an independent city seeking peaceful trade relations with the nearby nations. Thank you for watching my server's second lore video. I encourage you all to join us in Armies of Terra, download the modpack and become part of the server's history and lore. And for those who wish to support my work financially, you can do so via the GitHub sponsors link down in the description or by renting your own server from Wabanode using my 25% discount code ARMYOFTERRA. Subscribing to my channel also helps our community grow. If you stick around, I reward you with a compilation showcasing some of the amazing builds my players build on the server.